Let's go. Okay, so I'm recording this now. I'm reading some of the comments. I can address all of them because Facebook is basically broken and I couldn't see all the comments. If I see it now, it's gonna disappear later. And yeah, that I also don't have my webcam here, so I'm using that Face app version of me because maybe if you're looking at the girl version of me, you wouldn't be as pissed off. I mean, that goes for people who are actually pissed off, but majority who are interacting with me, they're very cool with with everything that I wrote. What I wrote is not perfect, so that's why I'm reading the comments so I can give more insights. So CV Snow, he said, I agree with some of your points, but invalidating or naively talking about depression and all other mental health issues is something I greatly frown upon, especially if it's coming from someone who's never experienced it or suffered from it firsthand. Okay, CV Snow, I replied to you here. I was a bit nice because that's the thing when you're doing online interactions, it's hard to convey emotions. So I try to err on the safe side, but honestly, I never invalidated depression or all the other mental health issues. What I do frown upon though is people who make up or assume they have a mental health issue. I'm sure you have that friend, that relative, that whoever, that ex something, or that person you're in a relationship with. They are suffering from an undiagnosed a mental health issue that they themselves created. They diagnose it, so that's why. The thing is, before you know that you have a mental health issue, you have to check your relationships with the world. I mean, is your relationship with your father? Your father, I have to underline that. Is your relationship with your father okay? Do you love your father? Do you like your father? Do you look up to your father? Same thing with your mother. Although looking up to your mother is more a more common thing. uh, the reason why I write a lot about these masculine things is because there's a lack of masculinity as proved by a lot of people with poor relationships with their fathers. But that I went on a major tangent there. So that's the point. Check your relationships. You're not suffering from depression. There's a big chance that you're not suffering from depression, but you're suffering from abuse, okay? That's not a mental health issue. That's a situation that you have to take care of. So, okay, moving on. Bookworm Homemaker. Wow, I love this review. Oftentimes, when you don't know how to judge character, chances are you'll end up in an unhealthy relationship. That's it. Bookworm, Homemaker. I love your name, by the way. I said that, I mentioned it. Uh, you obviously read a lot of books, and you're also a wife. That's why you're a homemaker. So you have a good grasp of what it is to be in a long term relationship. And that's the thing. A lot of people, they want to hide under this blanket of being nice or being, unjudgmental. But truth is, in this world, you have to judge. You have to judge harshly. You have to judge fairly. Okay, but you have to judge, because when you don't know how to judge a person, you are gonna end up in an unhealthy relationship. And that's the point of a lot of my reviews. When I review a movie about relationships, I tend to underline it. I tend to promote being judgmental. Okay, that sounds bad, but it is what it is. Sometimes if you are too nice or too good in this world, you are gonna get shit on. Anyway, Edsel, yeah, my bro here, is just sharing. I was not annoyed about Alessandra's character. Okay, that's something. I was annoyed at the writers and producers of the film. There are so many ways that they can get their story across the audience, but they had to use tourism, and half of the movie was just showing the two characters going around places in Iceland. Free tour for the production and crew. Okay, Edsel. I know Edsel. He's a real life friend. He doesn't watch a lot of Filipino movies, and he has a good reason why he doesn't check or watch Filipino movies. I mean, Edsel, he used to love the old comedies. I know him personally. We live in the same house for 4 or 5 years. So Edsel is very new to the tropes of Filipino romantic comedies or melodramas. So it's a common trope that they are in a place, the location and the vacation is part of it. So I got used to it. So I'm not bothered with the tropes, with these rom-com tropes. But Edsel did point out a very good thing, that he was not annoyed about Alessandra's character. It means that the character has potential, that the character can actually be written in a very realistic way. It's just a lot of the things that they wrote for her, they wrote for Alessandra's character was just very very bad in how they made it come across. It just didn't feel deserved when it was revealed that she had a no, she had a brain tumor. It wasn't just it wasn't earned. That revelation wasn't earned. We have to see a good version, a good Alessandra, a one who's empathetic, the one who takes ownership for her actions. If we saw an Alessandra like that, and then we saw her turning into this bitch for no reason, and then there's gonna be the big reveal, then maybe we could have sympathized for that. But as Edsel said, since the film focused on a lot of the tourism spots in Iceland, there was no chance for that storyline to come through. So, yeah, actually, Edsel has a very good grasp on the things, on the comment on how Alessandra's character could have been written well. Okay, next, Chu Effie. I cried because I felt like my brain cells are disowning me for watching a stupid, unconditional love story movie. I still hate the fact that cheating was given a pass in that movie. Okay, Effie, do not feel bad, okay? I mean, I reviewed the movie badly, but I'm not discouraging anyone from watching it despite the ratings. The ratings are there because it's just a common trope of our movie review. You've read movie reviews. There's ratings, there's stuff, there's recommendations, stuff like that. I did that because it's part of the trope. It's like I can't write a horror movie without a villain that rises up after getting shot by a shotgun in the face, and then he's gonna rise up because it's like Jason or Freddy Krueger or Predator. Okay, Predator's not really a horror movie, but you get the gist. That is a trope. All in all, I still recommend that you watch any movie you'd want to watch, and you don't feel bad just because I wrote a really long essay on why it was bad. You still deserve to have your own opinion, and I recommend that you have your own opinion. Anyway, going next is Dan Tabuhara. Movies are not supposed to be ideal. They should be littered with false emotion strategies. That is what makes it an art. Dan Tabuhara, I don't know what your point is. So movies are not supposed to be ideal, but storylines are supposed to be ideal. There's a lot of movies with very very dark storylines, with very very flawed characters. Parasite or even Midsommar. Yeah, Midsommar. I love Midsommar. They have very flawed characters. A lot of horror movies have very flawed characters, and I love a lot of them. So it's not really about what should happen, but it's about the writing. You have to write stories very well, so you could have a good movie, even with really really dumb or stupid or very flawed characters. We love flawed characters because flawed characters, we could relate to them because we as humans, we're very flawed. Okay, next. Faye Charlotte Abellanosa. I couldn't agree more. Sure, there was some good points to the story, but felt like it could have been more. Script-wise, it was not well written. Faye, thank you. You got my point. The story could have been better. I agree. I really agree. The concept was good. This brain tumor concept about being in a relationship with someone who is actually ill. That is a very good love story to build on. It's similar to The Notebook, but I also did not like The Notebook. That's a different discussion though. Maybe it's according to taste. And here, Eileen Perez Jackson. It's true that self-awareness and assertion is key to a happy relationship, but how come the mental health issue isn't highlighted here when I am sure it played a huge role in why Alessandra acted the way she did that made you hate her character in the storyline? Don't ever call a sacrificial man weak just because he's submissive and genuinely loving. Gosh, basic na basic lang eh. Okay, Eileen, you are very emotional on this. But the thing is, this reveal, this big reveal, there are only two parts to the movie. The one in Iceland and the one where it's revealed. You can't go from A to D. You have to go from B to C when you're writing a good story. The point here is not that she's bad, but it's just the way she was written. It just highlighted how bad she was. Because here's the thing, the movie could have been better if in the part where she had a brain tumor, she just became more self-aware and she apologized. She said, Paulo's character, I'm a very flawed person. I had a brain illness that affects my emotional regulation, that I can be I don't know what I'm doing. But still, I am sorry for all the trouble that I caused you. She never did that. if she did that in a flashy manner. And the thing is, it's very unrealistic. You will have a checkup somewhere in the middle if you have a brain tumor and you're acting weird. That's the thing. That's what I find very unrealistic. If you have a brain tumor, you don't progress from being nice and then to suddenly being a bitch. It's like me writing movie reviews like I do, and then suddenly writing movie reviews that are very agreeable. I don't progress from there. If I become very agreeable and very neutral, it's going to be a slow progress or slow, I don't know, slow degradation. Anyway, don't ever call a sacrificial man weak. Here's the thing. A lot of people think that all sacrifices are a sign of strength, or that being submissive. The thing is, sometimes it is unearned. My point is, if you're sacrificing for somebody who is your girlfriend, then I am sorry, that is a bad place to be sacrificing on, because she's your girlfriend. You know what a good place is. What a good place is to be sacrificing on, when you are actually in a long-term relationship, like a marriage or a relationship that's going through that's going towards marriage. If you sacrifice yourself when you become a doormat, you see, people can't differentiate being a doormat and sacrificing. If my girlfriend, my wife now, when she was my girlfriend, she screams at me. She's like, okay, I forgot her birthday. That's my fault. Okay, that's on me. And then she screams at me, and then she slaps me. She hits me. Okay, I have two courses of action there. Number one, I'm gonna understand. She's just angry. She deserves to be angry. And then, because I'm such a dumbass who forgot her birthday, I deserve to be slapped. Okay? Would you call that man sacrificial? Oh, and then there's a second man of action. There's a second type of man, I mean. If I get slapped, I'm gonna tell her, I'm sorry I forgot your birthday, but you shouldn't be hitting me. You can be angry, but you should not be physically hurting anyone, especially if it's someone who's physically stronger than you. You don't hit a man, no matter how angry you are. Yes, it's my fault, but you cannot hit me. So that's the difference. One man there is a doormat, and one man there knows how to stand up for himself. Because that's the thing. I mean, I get it that a lot of us Filipinos, we grew up in abusive households. And when we do something bad, our parents gonna smack us across the face. And we begin to think that we deserve that. But truth is, nobody deserves to get smacked across the face. You don't deserve to do it to anyone. Anyone doesn't deserve to do it to you. So for you to have self-respect, you have to say, okay, I did something wrong, but you should not be slapping me across the face. That is wrong. If you keep on doing that, I don't think this relationship is gonna do well. So that's the thing. Paolo, in the movie, he never exhibited that. He just took all the abuse, and you know what he did? He just murmured. He just said something like, ganyan ka naman talaga eh. Or something like that. It's a passive-aggressive comment. It's not even facing the issue. Sometimes, just because you did something wrong, it doesn't mean you deserve to be disrespected. That's how I think. A lot of men should know that. And I'm an advocate for that. That when you're a man and a woman is treating you like shit, or another man is treating you like shit, stand up for yourself. You don't have to hurt him. You don't have to fight back, but you have to stand up for yourself. Do not do that to me, please. I know it was my fault, but do not physically hurt me, and let's work on a solution. Can we still go out to dinner? Because I forgot your birthday yesterday, but we can go out to dinner today. Or I can get you that really nice gift. There are so many things to make that better than being physical or being passive-aggressive. Anyway, next comment. I agree with this super duper. Okay. Thanks. Giovanni says, thanks for sharing your input of views. I hope you were able to release that agonizing emotion while watching the movie. The thing is, I might review things like I am very angry, but truth is, actually, I'm sort of detached. This review page, a big part of it is entertainment. It's entertainment. It's not really a scientific paper or something that has real credibility, educational credibility. It's just me. I'm a person just like you who's writing stuff over the internet. This just happens to go viral. So there's the thing. That's what makes it different. But still, please do not be so emotional. If you disagree with me, that's good. You can write your piece on why you disagree with me, and hey, I could even read it like I'm doing right now. Okay, next comment. I might have to cut this short because I'm checking and it's already. How long have I been recording? 15 minutes. Okay, this is gonna be really long, but I'll fast forward. I'll just try to read majority of the comments or read the ones that are new. Okay. Okay, this is from One Punch Man. Okay, so nothing new in our Rival Review stuff. So, Mayat Gumaga, a lot of women here. I respect your point of view, but it seems you're just too much carried away with the movie. Personal experiences, eh? The viewers are not all psychologists. People watch movies to enjoy, not to study, and not even care with damn critics. But I understand you. Mayat, I am getting mixed signals from you. Okay, thank you for respecting my point of view. I also respect your point of view. And then let's address your second statement, but it seems you're too carried away with the movie. I am writing about the movie, so I should be, putting in a show or emotions or, how annoyed I was. But trust me, I'm not that annoyed. This just went viral, okay? Mayat, in normal days, you would not, okay, sorry about that. Normal days, you would not be reading about my content. But this just went viral, so yeah, I guess you don't care about critics, but you read mine, so you respect me. You don't care, but you care, and then yeah, basically you respect me, but you're angry at me, and you don't care about the critics, but you read about my review, so okay. I'm a bit confused. I hope. I hope in your life that people understand you better. Anyway, Merly Altomera. Yes, I understand your point of view. Okay, thank you, Mary. But don't be too carried away by the movies. But this is like a copy and paste of this comment, so I'm gonna skip that. Kim Nabong. Okay, this guy, he has it in for me. You are still living in the ideal relationship. Happy-go-lucky, fairy tale, happy ending kinds of movies. I suggest you watch love stories with love themes instead. Movies are not bound to conform to stereotypes and ideals. It's true that this movie sets a bad example for relationships because the directors made it that way. A bit confused. It shows that flawed and toxic relationships exist and a lot of people suffer from it. Life is not a bucket of chocolates. So are movies. I don't understand this comment at all. Okay, first, let's address this one by one. You are still living in the ideal relationship, happy-go-lucky, kind of happy ending kinds of movies. Have you read my other content? Mr. Kim, please read the rest of my page before you judge me on that. You are new, obviously new here. You're only here because it's viral, so please read my other content. Anyway, I suggest you watch love stories with love themes instead. Mr. Kim, did you know that I first went viral because of Alone Together? It's a love team, right? People are pissed at me because of how I reviewed it. But anyway, you are very unaware or uninformed about my content. And I don't blame you because you are new. But the thing is, you should have done a little bit more research about me, what I do, or maybe send me a message about why I do what I do. Anyway, movies are not bound to conform to stereotypes and ideals. Okay, this time you're giving me a lesson about what movies are. Do you know that I watch a lot of movies? That's why I have a movie review page and it went viral because I kind of am very, very well watched, not well read. But okay, it doesn't mean that you don't. It doesn't mean that I necessarily know more things than you. You could know things that I don't know. But in this case, what you are saying here, when you're telling me about something that's actually common sense, I'm just not sure whether you can determine what good writing and bad writing are. And yeah, it's for you. You enjoy a lot of things despite the bad writing. Hey, I enjoy bad writing too. I enjoy a lot of bad horror movies. Check out my other reviews. I'm so biased in them. Ready Player One, it's not a perfect movie. You could even say it's a bad movie, but I gave it a 9 or a 10 out of 10. We all have our preferences. I admit that. Neka Yasores. I like this review. We have the same sentiments while watching the movie, although I felt sorry for the girl when it was revealed that she had a tumor, and that explained why she acted how she did back in Iceland. However, I have seen posts romanticizing the fact about how Paolo can keep up with her tantrums and that they wish for a guy like him. That's totally fucked up. How can they expect someone that would understand them every time they're acting up? That is so childish and toxic for both parties. In a relationship, no one is entitled to be understood all the time. Men and women must admit their mistakes and lower their pride when needed. It's sad that there are girls who think that they are superior in a relationship and brag about it. Neka, you got it. You understood what I was trying to say, despite feeling bad and actually not being, what do you call that, disturbed or not being affected by the bad writing of Alessandra's character because you felt bad for her. You still have a good grasp of what I was trying to say. That it is, I was commenting about the bad writing and how Alessandra's characters come off as very self-entitled and unapologetic, and she didn't even take responsibility. That's my point. That's the whole thing, and you got it. Thank you so much for it. Anyway, I'm not gonna read the comments anymore because this video is gonna take forever, but being viral, getting viral, I feel like a girl in my inbox because for 3 days my inbox, rather this bell thing, this notification thing, it has been lighting up non-stop, and there are majority of the comments are very good, although the most vocal minority are the ones who had an issue with it. So yeah, this is it. I'm just sharing. I'm just like reading through it because even though this has happened to me before with Alone Together, that experience sort of never gets old. I still feel something when it happens. I'm not sure if it's accomplished or anything. I'm just, I don't know. I can't really describe it, to be honest. When you write something that goes viral and then it's kind of what you want, and at the same time you don't want it. I mean, you want it because the purpose of writing is sharing your ideas and having people discover it and then enjoying it and then reflecting upon it. The thing is, when I write things, I don't want people to agree with me, but I want them to reflect and think about it. And if they do agree with me, what matters to me is that they had a chance to self-reflect and think about it and not go through their life mindlessly. That's just the whole point of what I do. Whether you agree with me or not, it's not important as long as it gets you thinking. I highly discourage you from just being mad at my review style, because when you're mad at something, you're gonna have a very weak position on it, and it generally doesn't do you well in the long run in life. So that's it. This actually is a lot longer than I expected, but at least I got to talk about these ideas more. And I hope you enjoy the girl version of me, because apparently the guy is very annoying. So let's just hope that you like the girl picture I put up there. Anyway, thank you for checking this out. This is a rather scattered review. I did not script it. I just freestyled it. I was hoping I could get to the really spicy comments, because there are comments that are very pissed off and they're assuming things about me, and even I can't even say it here, the things that they say. That's how messed up it is. But all in all, I like the reaction I'm getting now compared to when Alone Together, my review on Alone Together went viral. So thank you for hanging out with me, and yeah, have a good night.